Okay, welcome everybody to the exciting second day of Starcross Kings 2. Again, Antilles is the king. King Antilles has defeated one challenger. Today he is going to be challenged by Ludicross, also known as Z-Mouse on Twitch. And since Antilles is the king, he is going to start the game as Oster. His opponent is Soviets and has immediately picked Soviet industry.
Engineers have secured the sector. We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Conscripts making their way towards the center, victory point, and it looks like Antilles is going to go mostly north, just like Oster always tends to, going straight for that munitions and securing building control as well as he can with his opening Grenadier squads, going with a 3 Grenadier opening, and he's going to try and hold this line on the munitions, strategic point, and fuel. These 3 points are pretty much Oster's lifeblood on Kolodny Ferma Summer, so that's clearly Antilles' main objective, just to hold that territory for now.
We have the point. There are no cowards here. Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
And apparently Ludicross is playing just for VPs. He immediately ran all of his units straight for a triple cap.
Has cut off a sector.
Interesting. Maybe he just wants to play for faction selection. Just absolutely no matter what, he wants faction selection. Should this series go to game 3.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
So that's kind of something I've never seen before. Playing the VP game. And he's already knocked 50 off the board with that early triple cap at 3 minutes, 50 victory point lead. I mean, Antilles is not going to be able to top, like, I don't know.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
If Antilles does win this with VPs, he's not going to win with more than 400 already just because of that opening, just because of that capping order opening. But obviously, if that decision costs Ludicross the game, that would be bad. But if he wins with 500 VPs, that would be huge. That would be extremely tough to beat. So we'll see what
The
happens.
sector is at risk.
Grenadiers going for the cutoff right here. Conscripts have moved away from the VPs temporarily to do some back capping.
Combat
There is
engineers
one
are
squad of
standing
combat
by.
engineers here protecting the north VP. Couple squads working the north. Flamethrower upgrade for Antilles. Going to jump back in that house to protect that. Munitions, again, these 3 points extremely important to defend, so he's probably not going to be leaving this area with too much of his stuff. He's getting a little aggressive here on the cutoff with his Grenadiers, though. 2 squads of conscripts are available to defend. That squad in yellow cover at this range will definitely lose if support doesn't hurry up. Flamethrower leaves the building to chase off that squad. Victory points still taking against Antilles, though. He's already lost 100, roughly. But he's slowed the triple cap by taking control of the VP here in the middle. Retreats everything back to the base. Second combat engineer squad. Looks like he's thinking of teching up, maybe? I don't know. His Soviet industry fuel bonus hasn't kicked in yet, so he's still got a lot of manpower. He needs to keep cranking out infantry while he's able to, because that manpower is going to disappear late game. Antilles has elite troops, assault support, and lightning war, so he has not changed his loadout or his strategy at all, as far as I can tell. And I'm expecting him to go lightning war and start spamming Ostrupen super hard. Hopefully that won't cost him the game this time. There goes that squad of conscripts. This squad also going to be forced away from the cutoff, and it looks like Ludicross is struggling just to get control of his own cutoff back from a machine gun and a couple Grenadier squads. Up here in the north, a flamethrower is going to push him off the VP, and Antilles will finally take control of the clock with about 100 victory points behind, but other than that, he seems to be doing pretty much fine. These 2 squads of conscripts will easily win against the Grens here in the south. They should retreat. He's going to stick around to try and capture the fuel point. Since he's not closing the distance, he should be able to get that captured. I think he'll escape alive. That gets away clean. This is going to have to retreat next, and that machine gun left unsupported will probably also have to retreat as long as these two squads split up a little bit. Third squad makes its way onto the munitions point to get that captured. A scary amount of squads idle in Ludicross's base right now. Okay. Machine gun moves up to push these conscripts back into the base. And it looks like, based on their maneuvers, that it will be successful. But they're going to get the fuel point captured, I guess. Whatever that's worth, since they can't seem to take control of this cutoff. There they go. Back out of the base to take control of the victory point munitions here in the north.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Grenadiers reporting objective captured.
2 squads idle, 3 squads stacked on the VP here in the north.
Resistance! Taking fire!
No offense to Z-Mouse, aka Ludicross, but I feel like Antilles is probably going to win this game. If he continues this level of micro. But, you know, that's okay. That's kind of a Starcross Kings tradition almost, is for game 1 of the day to just kind of be like a little silly, but whatever.
We have a fresh half-track at our disposal.
LMG Grenadiers jump into this building. Try and push this away. Flamethrower is gonna wreck this clump. Oh my god, 1 squad wiped. Oh jeez, the carnage. The carnage. And 1 LMG Gren and 1 Pio wipe a squad and force retreat from 2 more without even taking damage. Without even taking any damage. Can I tell what it's done? Yeah, it's Soviet industry. It's the one with the repair station, fuel bonus, manpower penalty, vehicle crew repair, KV8, KV2. Pretty, you know, pretty bad, honestly. It's definitely a non-meta pick this patch, and for the last several patches. Basically, the problem with it is it takes extremely good micro to pull off, and clearly that's Ludicross's weak point, so I'm not expecting it to work very well. He's lost complete control of the map. The triple cap has gone back into Antilles' favor. Antilles looks like he's going to win with 395 victory points on the board, so Ludicross is going to have to somehow win against Antilles' US forces with more than 395 VPs, which I think is going to be a pretty tough sell based on his Soviet play, but I don't want to call the series prematurely.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Got my coffee though. I'm slowly waking up. It's good. It's good. This gives me time to wake up and really get myself prepared for the next series. Oh wow, nice Molotov volley. Overwhelms that machine gun position. I think he's about to walk through 2 Molotovs with his whole blob. Oh no! Oh no, he killed so many more of his own guys with that than his opponent. Alright. Well played, Ludicross. Oh jeez.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. We are under Soviet attack!
Have I seen Hans stream lately? No. I know Streamer Showdown was last night. Was it good? I assume that was a fun time. That was happening at 3 a.m. my time, so I was too tired. I couldn't stay up to watch it, but I wanted to. We make fun of him for being bad. Well, it's not mean-spirited, Looted. I'm just pointing out that he tossed 2 Molotovs and then walked an entire blob through it. That's all.
We are losing a sector.
I'm just observing what I'm seeing. Call it like I see it.
Capability has been
You know.
increased.
What can I say? That's pretty hard to defend. That is pretty hard to defend. Although, to his credit, he's got a double cap going against Antilles again.
The enemy
Trying to
is
pull back
taking
even for
our
VPs.
territory.
He has gone tier 3, but he has no fuel in the bank at all. And he still hasn't connected himself to even 1 fuel point
Pioneers awaiting orders.
at basically any point of this game. Antilles is making his way back towards the cutoff, so he doesn't show any signs of being able to. And now that he's higher than 3 CPs, his manpower penalty is kicked in, so any chance of making a comeback he might have is going to be very rapidly diminishing.
Taking Soviet fire! New tricks.
Pioneers have finished. Grenadier squadron, full strength.
Our position is under attack!
That's probably a wipe. Highly likely.
Grenadiers rising in their
There they go. 3 conscript squads remaining. Losing the manpower game as Soviet industry early on is a pretty good way to just lose. There's pretty much no way you can come back from that happening. Antilles has set up 1 AT gun protecting his half track right here. So the first tier 3 unit Ludicross makes, which he'll probably get one out. He still does have that fuel bonus despite, you know, horrible map situation. He'll probably get out 1 tier 3 unit this game, I guess.
Here comes Ivan! Grenadiers here!
Probably a T-70, definitely could get a half track.
The enemy is attempting to steal our
So if that
sector.
dives straight down the road towards this position, Antilles is setting up a pretty standard bait. Light vehicle in the front, teller mine in the reverse path, and then AT gun pointed at the teller mine. Nicely constructed by Antilles. This is pretty much the classic protective formation for your light vehicle against something heavier hitting the field. If your opponent gets too tempted to just dive, that'll punish it hard.
Soviet forces are engaging us! The sector! He's dead! We are forced to be reckoned with now! Down! Grenade! We have a full squad! Secured the sector.
Taking fire from Ivan. Our opponents
Really?
are seizing a sector.
Well, I wasn't there. I didn't see it. So I don't want to jump to any conclusions, but it sounds like it was a pretty good time. I hope my streamer showdown. I'm in streamer showdown this Sunday, so hope mine goes well. I'm gonna be against Dusty, so should be interesting.
We have a new Panzer IV.
Rifle grenade. Maybe that Maxim will consider rotating. Why bother? No tier 3 unit yet. And Antilles has stolen a Maxim right there. There's a Panzer IV for Antilles, who still has not chosen a commander, by the way. Probably doesn't feel a particular need to. His opponent is down to only 4 conscript squads 15 minutes into the game, which is a horrible situation to be in. He does have the fuel for a T-70. I have a feeling if he makes one, it's just going to die on that teller mine. Or just get killed, hunted and killed by the Panzer IV. There's really nothing that Ludicross can do to win this game at this point, so whatever. How do you take part in it? Well, I got invited by Tightrope. I'm sure if you, Bike Rush, I'm sure if you talked to Tightrope and asked him to invite you, he probably would. It's a weekly thing. I'm not sure who's playing, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after that, so you could probably talk to Tightrope about it. It's his event.
MG element ready.
Who won?
Reinforcements!
don't know who that is. Well, I'll, you know what, let me message him for you on Kotu.org. I'll send him something. I'll include you in the PM.
MG team has been promoted. Panzer IV, ready.
More teller mines going down. Still no commander selected by Antilles. He doesn't really need one by the look of things. There is a T-70 on the field. Took one hit from the Panzer IV before disengaging. Didn't dive or hit a mine or anything. Not that that makes any real difference. It's triple cap Ludicross at this point. It's a few Molotov tosses, whatever. This game's pretty much over. With that manpower penalty, they have almost the same manpower income. Antilles is a little bit lower, but still almost the same manpower income despite Antilles being 50 pop cap ahead of him for army size. Which just goes to show how incredibly crippling this commander is late game if you made any mistakes. And the number of mistakes Ludicross made this game, I think, could be quite high. Don't really think there's anything anybody could do to win at this point of the game. Company of Heroes 2 is kind of designed to allow comebacks from bad situations, but not with this commander. This is not a comeback commander by any stretch of the imagination.
It's ready to use. Panzer here.
This action-packed game, though. I can barely keep up. I wonder who's gonna win, you guys. All three of his conscripts approached from the same direction. Good way to get shut down by one machine gun. Pretty good example of that this game, I would say.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Second AT gun on the field for Antilles, who's approaching 100 of 100 pop cap, just on tier 3. I think he should have gone tier 4 this game. He totally could have. 280 fuel in the bank. Come on, Antilles, make a real game out of this. Oh, a broom bear on the field. That's just mean. He did pick Lightning War. I'm always telling Antilles that once you win, you should just select your whole army and A-move the enemy base. Just really crush their morale. Force that surrender. Don't just wait around with all territory under your control. I mean, yeah, it works. That's no fun. Well, you're gonna keep attacking now, and you're at their front door. Now's the time to strike. That's probably a dead T-70. The one tier 3 unit that managed to make it onto the battlefield takes engine damage, gets hunted and destroyed. What a tragedy. He got picked the same way everybody else gets picked, Mortar, by random raffle, which is the best way to do things. I am convinced. He signed up for this. He signed up for this. Some people are just masochists. Oh, thank you, Bluey Wolf. Thank you again for your continued support of the stream. I am most appreciative.
Einsatzpanzer IV, ready. Machine gun squad is firing on us.
Well, there's a T-34 on the field. I don't even think that T-34 is likely to beat this Panzer IV. Not with 2 AT guns pointed at it. Panzer IV doesn't even take a scratch. And now Ludicross is down to 16 pop cap. No income, really. It's pretty amazing that Soviet industry actually gives you 17 fuel for free, just without holding a single sector. 17 fuel. I mean, I guess it's not like that much, but it's kind of a lot. That's kind of a lot. But yeah, that manpower penalty though, that is just so awful. 210 manpower coming in at 17 pop cap. This is so bad. Close air support coming in on the base, apparently. So he's just slowly trying to get an annihilation victory. He should move his AT guns up. I think he could have annihilated his opponent really quickly with AT guns. I think he could have won a good 5 minutes ago if he actually made an effort. Come on, Antilles. It's just a lazy victory.
The enemy has only 50 points remaining.
We'll wait. Can't wait for game 2. I hope it's just as intense as this one. Nice sandbag ghosting. Look at this next level tactics. That's gonna really shake Antilles off of his game.
The enemy has 25 points remaining. Enemy can taste defeat. They only have 10 points remaining.
Stop what? Alright, you're right. I called that wrong. That wasn't a ghost. He actually built the full thing. No abuse here. He's playing it straight. And finally, the game is over. 362 VPs for Antilles. That will be the number for Ludicross to magically beat in game 2, which we are going to go into right now.